YouTube channel. Today we'll be cutting a flare skirt, big flare skirt. This is my fabric and this is my chalk. I told you can always use this chalk and it's very affordable. This is my chalk, this is my tape and the scissors. So those are the things I'm going to use to cut it. So I'll be using, this is a 6-yard fabric. I've opened it, so I'm going to be using approximately 3.5 or 4 yards to cut this for a size 14 person. Okay, so later I will break down these sizes so that when I call size 14 you will know the things that are involved, the hip of the likely hip of the person, the waist and the rest of them. So let's go. This is my Ankara, so I'm going to hold it here. This is the Ankara. Okay, so this is how I hold at the other edge. I will hold it here. So but let me hold here. See the tip. See here, if you are using Ankara to cut flare, there is no way it's going to be complete. It's not possible. Because Ankara, the length of Ankara, the maximum you will get is 47. Yes, I think that's the maximum, but mostly majority of them are always 45, 44, 46. So because a shortage somewhere that you will need to cut another Ankara and join it. Okay, remember we're going to fold into 2 at the front and also going to fold into 2 at the back. So if you want to do full flare for an adult, I've also made a video for a child. So adults own, depending on the size, runs from 13. See the place I kept my tape. It runs from 13 to 16. But for this person, I'm going to use 14 for her. So when you check what you are using. If you are done taking it around, you check the width of the line that you drew. So this should be able to be enough, including the sewing allowance, because her waist is 40. So we have 40, we have 1 inch sewing allowance. Because it's flare, we can make do or with 1 inch sewing allowance. So now that we are done with this, the waist of the flare, the next thing to do is to take our length. Okay, see that thing I was saying, because it's Ankara, it can never be complete. Once it's Ankara, you can never have it in a complete form. So I'm going to take the length now, starting from one. Her skirt length is 45. So remember I'm going to add band, so I'm going to do 43, then 1 inch I'm going to use to sew it. Then the other one, the extra allowance will be taken care of by the band. So I'm doing 44. I'm doing 44. So you take it, please, when you are doing flare, take this thing around. Don't assume that you can get the line. 44. Okay. So we mark from the waist side. Please don't assume that you are doing the correct thing. Always take your tape round. Do you see it? You take your tape round like I'm doing now. So that's something I did around that place. Okay, you just take it round. When you finish marking your chalk, you now cut it out. But after cutting it out, remember that you're going to get a fabric to complete this space that we have here, this gap. But once you are using Ankara or anything that is not up to 60, you must always attach something to it. If you are doing a full flare, especially full long flare, although this one is not full flare, but this one is halfway. But when I do the front and back, it's already be full flare. See that place? Just keep it this way. Okay? Make ensure that you are doing it back to back. If you fold with the back of the clothes, it's always advisable to fold with the back of the clothes. So the easiest way to do this thing is to use your pin. You fold this way. After folding, you cut. Another alternative to do this now I want to do now is to go back to where you started from and remeasure just where you did the previous time. So you go back and remeasure. See, I kept it on top so that you won't have any problem of it's not complete, it's complete. Okay. So you see it, I'll cut it out and attach it to the clothes, and we have our full flare. So we're going to do the same thing at the back. This is the front. We're going to do the same thing at the back. This is the back now. The same way you folded the front, you just do the same for the back, and just you carry the front and put on top of the back, leaving your seam allowance. That's the zip allowance. If you want the zip to be at the back, see what I did, you just leave your seam allowance, because this thing is flare. See, I want you to note that the more you add allowance at the waist, the more wide the flare becomes. Okay, so 1 inch allowance is okay. So for the zip allowance, you'll be able to do it since it's not fitted, because it's flowing downwards. So we're just going to use the length. Please remember to avoid the issue of the front is bigger than the back. I always add like 1 inch at the back to make it relax because of hip. Okay, so I'll cut it. If I don't want to have a full flare, as in maybe you finish making and your customer will be like, it's too big, it's too that, you can just trim it down. You measure from the down, you measure like 5 or 6 inch and just slide it, but please don't allow it to reach the waist, because if it reaches the waist, you will end up affecting the clothes. Okay, so I'm going to trim out that line now, so that it can be, I will reduce the base of the flare. So this is the final listing of our flare. Remember that half that we have at that one we cut at the front, we also do the same thing at the back. Do you understand? Because it's the same measurement, it's the same fold, so we still cut out the extra and use it to complete the back, just like we did at the front. Okay, I'm just going to cut the band. Depending on how big you want it. I can decide to do it like this, as 4 inch. Okay, I can decide to take it this way, that's 3.5. Okay, you want it bolder, it depends on you how you want it. Okay, but for this one, I'm just going to do 4 inch band. This should be okay for me. As 4 inch means that after sewing it, I will have 4 inch. So let me show you what I mean. It means that after sewing it, everything will just be 4 inch. So you see it, this is 4.5. This is 4.5. So but I will use half to put it. After sewing it, I'll have 4 at the end of the day. Okay,